Hi and welcome everyone to our 90th episode of The Little Inside. Curiously, my name is still Tobi, and this week I'm going to talk a little bit about meditation practice in relationships and marriage. So let's get started right after the intro. Do you have a significant other? Or have you experienced being with a significant other in the past? Probably most of you are watching this video have some experience of being in love, in a relationship, or even a marriage. Maybe some of you are currently in a marriage. So what do I mean when I say significant other? Why significant? Why would another person in our lives be significant? So most people probably think because, well, they in some way make me happy. Their presence makes me feel good. When they are around, I feel safe, I feel secure, I feel loved, I feel warmth. You might have a few reasons why that other person is very significant in your life. To me, that significance, however, points to something completely different. Significance here means that it is a person that is very close to me. Therefore, that person is able to pull my heartstrings and point out exactly where I am hurting myself, where I'm not allowing, where I'm in resistance to life, where I'm in resistance to this moment, to my presence. And so I think somebody that is close to our heart can do that like nobody else. See, sometimes people outside on the street, if they give me their opinion, I'm talking about this, about that, about politics, about relationships, about, all these things that we talk about, then, okay, no problem. That person can have that opinion, is entitled to have that opinion. I don't really care. It doesn't really do anything emotionally with me. But if my wife shares her opinion about myself with me, or about her political views, or her outlook on life, and I happen to disagree with that, it hits me emotionally much harder. So it really shows me, a relationship really shows me where in my life I am in conflict with myself or the world around me. But not only that, it's not only just that a relationship is significant or another person is significant because they can point out my internal conflict with the now, with myself, with the world around me, but also because they give me an opportunity to practice kindness, to cultivate compassion, to listen, to be mindful, to cultivate all these wonderful, good qualities. If I'm living together with somebody, that person in my life continuously asks for attention, right? Like we all do. We all ask for attention. We all want to be seen. We want to be loved. We want to be heard. We want to be respected. So here is an opportunity for me to learn to see, to love, and to respect another human being by my side. Another amazing thing is, of course, gives me an opportunity to be grateful, to be happy. Also, to contemplate loss and to contemplate death. To see the value that is in each day that we share together. See, if I would be alone, I would probably just dwell very much in my comfort zone. But if I'm with someone that I love, I'm frequently, very often thrown out of my comfort zone. It demands me to be present. It demands me to show love, affection, and gratitude on a consistent basis to another being. So a loving relationship very much comes with a huge responsibility. But the responsibility is not to heal or benefit or be nice to the other being, actually. The responsibility is to receive myself with kindness, with love and wisdom. When I practice qualities such as kindness or compassion, acceptance, gratitude, awareness, when I'm practicing all these things in my own life, actually, I make my own practice the most important thing. Before I was thinking about I need to go around and benefit beings, I need to be kind and so forth. But now I'm beginning to realize slowly, more and more that the greatest gift that we can actually share with other people is ourselves. And if we are full of unsolved trouble inside of ourselves, if we are full of anger, if we're full of resistance and hate and bitterness and sadness and disappointment, how can we benefit the world? It is going to be impossible. So in a relationship, we can learn to love our partner by freeing them from our own bullshit. Now we can do that by freeing ourselves from our own bullshit first. To give you a picture, to give you an image, if I run around carrying a hot stone, and I'm carrying that hot stone and it burns me and I'm shifting it around, trying to not get burned by that hot stone, what kind of advice would you give me? You would tell me to drop it, right? Because it's not only me that I'm making my own hands suffer, I'm also agitating the entire place around me with my dancing around, trying to hold my and balance my hot stone. It makes everyone around me giddy. So it's important to let go of my own pain. It has an immediate effect on the other person that we spend time with, right? For example, if I'm angry, then that's my contribution to the relationship in that moment. If I'm sad, if I'm down and so forth, then there is a requirement for me to see something inside which I usually would avoid. So I take my time to heal. I take my time to see and receive myself. I take my time to love myself first. And that is my contribution to my relationship. Otherwise, I bring my toxic emotion and I let it out on my wife. I'm not listening to her when she's talking because I'm unavailable. I'm in my thoughts. That is not very respectful. I'm thinking about other stuff while she's talking. I'm not listening. I'm doing other things as if there were 100,000 tomorrows left. And I think it's really important to keep that in mind. Every day could be our last. How would you treat your spouse knowing that you might see her or him the last time? How would you say I love you if you knew it could be the last time that you say these words? That it's the last time that you see them around you. How would you treat them if that was really present in your mind? Would you still think it's important to harbor angry emotions and to harbor things that really have no place in a relationship, things that I'd rather not want to share with another person, right? When I'm outside and I step into dog shit, I take my shoes off and wash them before I enter the house. I'm not carrying my dog shit everywhere I go, making the whole house stinky. So if I have negative emotions, if I have anger, if I have hate, if I have anxiety, depression, stress, all that kind of stuff, it is my duty to love myself enough to help myself heal, to take time for myself, to sit down and meditate, to release these emotions, to give myself some space. And then I will share a different kind of presence with my wife, with my children, right? I don't have children, by the way, but probably some of you do have children, right? And we would share with our children not words, not stuff. Much more important than words or stuff is actually who we are. And we share with other people all the time, right? We're sharing who we are with them. We're sharing with the world who we are right now. And so that's why I say it's more important to love yourself first, properly. Then you don't need to go run around and trying to make others happy anymore. Naturally, where you are, that's where happiness is. So to summarize it again, in a relationship, a marriage, our partner does two things. One, they reveal our resistances, our pain, our discomfort. They reveal our shadow side so that we have the opportunity to heal it. Secondly, they give us the opportunity to build the power of wholesome, beautiful qualities, such as gratitude, listening, acceptance, kindness, compassion. we can build that with our spouse, with our partner in our life. So these two qualities are there thanks to the existence of our significant other in our life. So before really making a relationship to another person important, the most important thing, at least to me, is the relationship to myself. How am I relating to myself? How am I relating to my experiences, my anger, my fear, my sadness, my worries? How am I relating to that? How am I relating to my happiness? How am I relating to my success, my abilities, my strengths? How am I relating to my good qualities, right? The way I relate to myself very much turns out to be the way I relate to other people. So first, I think what's most important before we're actually committing to a relationship, if you already have committed to a relationship, that is still very, very important. It is to go into a very good and wholesome relationship with ourselves. Now, in my own case, that was not the case. I've had the fortune that I could actually build wholesome qualities in my relationship as the time went by. And in the beginning, that wasn't easy at all. Now it gets easier and easier. So if you haven't had the luck, if I can say, to start having a great relationship with yourself before you go into a relationship, then use your relationship that you have in this moment to build, to work on yourself. Because that's the most important relationship that we have, the relationship that we have to ourselves. We come alone into this world and we also leave this world alone. So it's really important how we relate to ourselves. And if we forget that, we lose our focus, we get lost in the world and things around ourselves very often. And it really doesn't do us any good, actually. It would help us much more to find peace within first, then let that peace flow into the world through your actions, your presence, and your being. So that's pretty much all that comes to mind for this week. If you do have any questions, if you would like to share anything, feel free to write it down in our comment section below. I think marriage and relationships are one of the most beautiful, one of the most important things that really deserve a lot of respect and that come with a lot of responsibilities to ourselves, to those we love. And the primary responsibility here would be to actually learn to love ourselves first properly and to receive ourselves with proper awareness, to really know ourselves. So we can say it in these two ways, basically, these two things, these two duties that I have when it comes to myself. It is to love myself and it is to know myself. If I don't know myself, I can't love myself, I can't accept myself. And if I don't accept and love myself, I can't really know myself properly. So both are really, really important in a relationship. I think it's a wonderful and beautiful thing to be in a good relationship. And to all of you out there who are currently in a good relationship, lucky you. Maybe you can share a few things that you found to be helpful on your own way so far and how you integrate your meditation practice. Maybe you and your wife or your husband are sitting every day together, connecting silently, creating peace within. That would be wonderful. Well, let me know if you do have any questions or comments. You know where to put them. And for now, I leave you and look forward to see you all again next Wednesday. Bye-bye.